Yeah, I'm out at the store shopping, looking around, what I want to buy. And I've noticed this for the longest time, I didn't just notice this, I'm a black man in America, so I already know the deal. But whenever I go to the store, I get a vibe that the employees are watching over me specifically because I'm a black man. They think because I'm a black man that I'm going to steal, and I could just feel that energy on them. You know, you know, employees at the store that I'm at right now. Whenever they look at me, they give me this eye like I'm watching over you. They at the employees at the store that I'm at right now. They give me this vibe. You know, it's a vibe and it's a look. That they give me that oh I'm watching over you because you're a black man, and I think you're gonna steal because you're a black man. So I'm keeping a close eye on you. That's the energy. That's literal energy that I'm getting from the employees at the store that I'm in. And like they'll look at me, and the energy that I'll get from the look that they give me is they're specifically watching over me because I'm a black guy, and they think I can steal. I'm going to steal because I'm a black guy, whatever. Like they're literally carrying themselves with a racist energy, you know. And the employees, the neighborhood I'm at right now, you know, it's a Mexican neighborhood. A lot of the employees, at the store I'm at right now are Mexican, and a lot of these Mexicans are racist as fuck. So it's not no surprise to me, but it just happened just now. Feel me? This employee from the store literally just walked by the aisle, and she walked past me pretty quickly, but within that 2 seconds of her walking past me, I can feel that her racist energy that she thinks I'm going to steal because I'm a black guy. You know, I could literally sense that energy coming from that employee within that 2 seconds where she walked past my aisle. And that shit is crazy. You know, I was watching, I watched Pimp God's YouTube channel, you know, and the Pimp God, he uploaded a video a couple weeks ago with Bobby Hemmett. You know, he uploaded the Pimp God uploaded a video. With Bobby Hemmett speaking about like how other races of people talk shit about us black people behind closed doors when we're not around. A lot of other races, of course, they don't want to get their ass beat, so they'll never show the true colors of black people fully when black people are around. But behind closed doors, they be saying these other races be saying some evil ass shit about us black people, you know. And Bobby Hemmett, if you don't know who Bobby Hemmett is, he's kind of like let me try to explain like who Bobby Hemmett is. He's kind of like a woke Afrocentric speaker, and he has a lot of knowledge. I'm not going to say I agree with everything Bobby Hemmett says, but a lot of what Bobby Hemmett speaks on is true. You know, these other races definitely have the black man on their minds, especially behind closed doors. You know, To be honest, I think with a lot of these other races, I think that's all they think about is black people. These other races revolve around the black man. You know, these other races are obsessed with the black man. They're obsessed with black people in general, but these other races are specifically obsessed and revolve around the American black man. And it's weird. And as a black man, you experience society. You experience. I mean, you analyze your experiences, and you know, I've came to that conclusion. That these other races revolve around the American black man, and behind closed doors, we're probably all that they speak about, all that they think about. On some real shit. Like everything in the society is about us. Like as a black man, like you experience the racism, you experience the opposition, and you just come to the conclusion that there's like a specific agenda, a specific orchestrated agenda against us. You know, People, and specifically these other races of people, they really, they really put an effort to I'm trying to think of the correct word to use. These other races really put an effort to, let me say, like subjugate the American black man. You know, it's like it's orchestrated, like it's in every aspect of life. You know. So like it's so extreme. The opposition against the American black man is so extreme, and it's in every aspect of life that it has to be orchestrated. To an extent. You know, the police have a specific beef with the American black man. Security guards have a specific beef with the American black man. You know, um, Women have a specific beef against the American black man. Um, your bosses, your co-workers at the workplace, they have a specific agenda against the American black man. This is all aspects of life where the American black man faces opposition, and you can't really hide from it. It's everywhere. The opposition is everywhere. And it's so, when you think about it, it's subtle, but it's extreme at the same time. Like when you go outside as a black man today, you're not being called the N word. You know, you're not having KKK chasing you down a block, or you're not having people trying to lynch you or whatever. It's not blatant to that extent, like where you're receiving hate crimes because you're a black man. But it's subtle shit that you notice as a black man. But the subtle shit that you go through as a black man in today's age, the subtle opposition operates in every aspect of your life, like I mentioned earlier. So the opposition is extreme in the sense that it affects all aspects of your life. But yeah, it's easy to be looked over by certain black men because it's not blatant in a sense where you're getting hate crimes or you're getting called the N word, by people. So like there's definitely an orchestrated agenda by these other races of people in this society to keep an eye out and be on bullshit with the American black man. You know, and when these other races of people, when they see you in public, sometimes they put up a fake smile. Sometimes they say hi to you. You know, they'll never. These other races will never truly nowadays in public show their true haterism and hatred and opposition that they have against the American black man. But behind closed doors, a lot of these other races, they talk shit about the American black man. Behind closed doors, a lot of these other races have orchestrated agendas against the American black man. I'm talking about, man, if every aspect of life in America, if every aspect of life is centered around giving the American black man a hard time, you know, in every aspect of life. In this racist American society, every aspect of life is centered around giving the American black man a difficult time, giving us opposition. And you can't tell me this shit is like perfectly planned out. This shit is orchestrated. These other races of people, they go behind closed doors and they literally have orchestrated agendas to oppose the American black man. They have an obsession with us. There's an obsession with the American black man, that these other races have, and a lot of these other races, behind closed doors, they probably have meetings. Literally, these other races of people probably meet up together and have meetings about how they can subjugate and give the American black man a hard time. Things that they can do, to give the American black man a hard time in all aspects of life, And I'm talking about this agenda that these other races have against us is literally orchestrated. I'm talking about they meet up behind closed doors and all they do and have meetings, and all they do is in those meetings is speak about the American black man and how they can subjugate the American black man. I'm talking about they literally write these things down on pen and paper and try to execute these things in all aspects of society. You know, the American black man needs to understand that we are in a literal war. We are in a literal, right now, a literal societal, spiritual war being waged against us by these other races, And it's no game. It's no game. This is a literal, calculated war, calculated agenda against the American black man. And the American black man needs to wake up. This is chess, not checkers. you know, this shit is deep. This shit is deeper than most black men think. You know, these other races are obsessed with us as black men. We're all that they think about. We're all that they talk about behind closed doors. We are their enemy. They revolve around us. This society, these other races of people revolve around the American black man. We are the center of their existence. We're so important to these other races of people that they have to spend time to make orchestrated agendas to subjugate and give the American black man a hard time in all aspects of life. You know, so you know, a lot of times in this society, modern day society, we're not living in the 50s and 60s. You know, where we can receive blatant racism, such as people calling us the N word, or KKK chasing us down the street, trying to lynch us, burn down our houses. We don't live in that blatant age of racism, but best believe like there's still a hatred, opposition against the American black man that's in the air. But it's just more subtle. It's just more conniving. It's just more calculated nowadays. And there's still a war against us. You know, and Bobby Hemmett, he was explaining in one of his videos, that Pimp God uploaded that, and he was talking to this like white lady. Bobby Hemmett was talking to this white lady, and Bobby Hemmett was saying to this white lady that if you're so down for black people as a white woman, you know, then tell us black people what these other races say about us as black people behind closed doors. You know, if you want to be down for black people, as the other race, as a white woman, then tell us black people what type of orchestrated agendas, what names, what racist rhetoric do you guys speak about us black people behind closed doors? You know, and best believe, Bobby Hemmett, Bobby Hemmett knows the deal. Man. He knows that there's an orchestrated agenda against the American black man, and that these other races of people reveal their true selves behind closed doors. When black people are not around, these other races talk shit about us. You know, they tell their daughters, these other races men, they tell their daughters not to date black guys. These other races men, they tell their daughters, or they tell their wives, or they tell their girlfriends, when you see a black guy, put your head down, pull out your cell phone. You know, when they see these other races men tell their races of women, when you see a black guy make a nasty face. You know, there's an orchestrated agenda, literally, to tear down the American black man. And don't for a second forget that in America, as a black man in America, you're under enemy lines, and everyone sees you as an enemy. And these other races of people gang up together to these other races of people gang up together. Literally, they have meetings with pen and paper to think about ways to subjugate and act funny and give the American black man opposition in a hard time. And we're all that they think about. And me being at the store, it really put it in my head that, wow, like as soon as I see a store employee, as soon as I encounter a store employee, I get an energy from them that says, I'm specifically, I get an energy from these store employees that tells me that they're specifically only watching over black men. And I get that energy from all these store employees, you know, even even when like I can encounter a store employee and their back is facing me, you know, and they haven't even seen me. I could be the only black person in the store, only black guy in the store, and this store employee hasn't even seen me yet. Their back is facing me, and they haven't seen me as a black guy yet, and I can still feel that energy on them. That they're specifically only targeting out black men. So that tells us like black men, these other races of people have black men on their mind, when we're not around. Like if you're carrying yourself with a black male oppositional energy, a lot of these other races literally carry themselves with a black male oppositional energy on a 24/7 basis. So if you carry yourself with that energy of black male opposition, you must have black men on your mind a whole lot for you to carry yourself with a racist energy. So yes, black men, we are the central focus of this society. You know, it's crazy. Like I have even more proof that black men were like the center of this society. Like everything in this society is about us. The past few weeks, I've been in this suburb. I've been hanging out in this suburb. And I'm normally not too familiar with the suburb, but over the summer, I started going there and hanging out over there. But this suburb that I go to nowadays is all white. It's not a diverse suburb at all. It's all white. There's a few black people. You know, you'll see a couple Mexicans, but it's like damn near 98% white. The town that I hang out in sometimes. And in that town, certain women, they'll automatically think that I'm trying to approach them after them because they have a body type that attracts black guys. I remember in that town I saw a couple white ladies with a nice thick body, and the vibe that I got when I saw them is, oh, they think I want to approach them because they have a thick body. You know, they think I want to approach them as a black man because they have a nice thick body and thick thighs and a nice ass or whatever. Black guys stereotypically we like thick women, girls with nice asses and shit. But in this suburb that I'm in, it's like no black men. You know, there's no black men in the city where I was in. So for that white lady to think I'm after her, it, it's kind of crazy. I mean, there's no black man in that city for that lady to even get approached by black men on a regular basis. Like, there's no black man in that city for that lady to think that black guys want her because there's no black guys in that city. So, like, I can understand if you're a woman who constantly gets hit on black men because you live in an area where there's a lot of black men, you know. But you live in a city where there's no black men. No black men are hitting on you because there's no black men around. So why do you think? So when you see me, you think I'm trying to hit on you because I'm a black guy? It's like you probably never even. This lady probably never even been approached by a black guy before, but she thinks I want her because I'm a black man, and I'm supposed to want her because black men stereotypically are attracted to a certain type of body type on a woman. That tells you that these other races of women have the American black man on their mind constantly because you live in an area where there's no black guys, but when you see a black guy, you think, oh, every black guy wants you. That's projection because you probably never even been approached by a black guy before. And if you've never been approached by a black guy before because you live in an all white city, then you should have no history or no recollection of a black guy wanting to approach you. You never had a black guy approach you before. So you should have no reason to automatically think every black man wants you. You know, the reason why some of these women think every black man wants them because that's projection, because that's where all they think about. You know, a lot of these other races of women, they create this reality that every black man wants them. Oh my God. A lot of these other races of women who live in these all white towns never even seen a black guy before. But as soon as they see the first black guy in their life, they think every black guy wants them. So we must be on their mind. You know, everything's about us, you know. But peace.